Morning.
Good morning, Beatrice. How are you?
Fine, thank you. Am I the first?
You're the first one. Very good.
Okay. Just wanted to let you know that probably I will need to go back because I am in working. I'm trying my best to be here.
I understand.
But if you see me leaving, it's not because I want it, but because I need it.
I understand. I know this is a challenging time for all of us, so don't
Yes.
worry. Um,
Thank you.
yeah, and one of the things I'm going to try to do is I'll create a recording of each one of these sessions.
Uh-huh.
So if for some reason you need to go back and look at things, you can. I really don't think you're going to need to. Because a lot of it's, I'm going to have other ways for you to see the material online and everything. But they will be around uh, as, I'll have those recordings.
Okay. And I will be checking.
Good. Hi, Amenoveve. Oh,
Morning.
good morning.
Good morning.
Hi, how are you guys?
Good morning.
Good morning.
Hi, Mariam.
How are you? Oh, no, baby.
I'm fine.
You.
And you?
Good, thank you.
It's
How are
wonderful
the
to
kids?
see you both. Beatrice is here too.
Hello, Beatrice.
Hello,
Hello.
Beatrice.
How are you?
Good, how are you?
We are
Fine,
fine.
thank you.
Great, great.
Yeah, so this is all very interesting stuff, isn't it? Oh my goodness.
I'm feeling different. I don't know how to behave.
I know it's hard. Yeah. It's a different environment.
Yes, it is.
And one of the things that what I'm going to try and do in this class is we're going to have these sessions, but I'm going to be providing a lot of things that are online so that you guys can do, a lot of the things you're going to be able to do outside of this period of time. But I also like having this because I think it's good for people, for all of us to be able to connect.
Yes.
Yes.
And ask questions and,
Yes.
look at things together as well. But Beatrice and I were just talking about how, sometimes things can get complicated. So my hope is that everyone is going to be able to attend these live sessions. I would love it if everyone could attend all of them, but also part of the reality that we face is that in addition to this, we have the rest of our lives. So we have to, if you need to sort of sneak out for a minute, that's what you have to do. It's okay. We're actually going to talk about that a little bit later with the whole group. Were you guys able to find the book?
Yes.
I purchased, but I haven't received it yet.
Yeah, me too.
Okay. Well, what I've done is on iCollege, I have put up the first 2 units that we'll be looking at, which are Unit 10 and Unit 11.
Okay.
So they're on iCollege. So if you don't have the book yet, those are the things we're going to cover for this week. Okay.
And I also have been practicing the exercises that are like 10 different from ACW. AWL, sorry, sublists.
Oh, nice. Oh, very nice. That actually is a great thing to do. And we're going to be looking at that. AWL, does anyone know what that stands for?
Nope.
American word something?
Language?
Very close. It's the academic word list.
Oh.
And it actually is based on research of a friend of mine, a woman, a professor in New Zealand named Avril Coxhead, went and looked at different journals and textbooks from 27 different academic fields, including law and nursing, and public health and public policy. And she did an analysis of the vocabulary that was used, and identified academic language that's common to all of those different areas that's useful for us to be able to understand and then use effectively. So part of what we're going to be doing in this course, and to me it's kind of it's like we have our main area, which is effective writing and the accurate and consistent use of grammar. But then we also have vocabulary, because we need to be able to build that vocabulary. And there's two areas of vocabulary. There's the academic vocabulary, like the AWL, but there's also what I call field-specific vocabulary. So for example, Beatrice is in law. So law has, as Beatrice knows, there's a very specific field, there's field-specific vocabulary there. Amenuveve, what are you going to be studying?
Public health.
Yeah, and public health also has very specific language.
Please, John, yesterday I sent a message, but you didn't respond. I hope today we can have some time to talk after class.
I missed that. I'm sorry, Amenuveve. Oh, yeah, but we can talk after class. Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
thank you.
And Mariam, what is it you wanted? What do you think? You've already got a couple of degrees, right?
I have a bachelor degree in agriculture. So I am trying to go to further education, public health.
In public health as well. Oh, great. Maybe at Georgia State?
Maybe, yeah. I'm not very sure. So yeah, I like it, yeah.
Oh, well, you know, I know quite a few people who are in the faculty of public health. And because one of the things, and Amenuveve and I have talked about this before, I've worked on creating an online course for health professionals. And right now we're actually doing the course with people from all over the continent of Africa. We have 3,000 students.
Wow.
A lot.
Yeah, and there are doctors, and there are doctors, medical students, other health professionals from all over Africa, including Togo, by the way.
Really?
Yeah, we have people from Togo, and they're wonderful.
But you didn't tell me that. Since we were working on the project, you said you write to the Department of State and that they didn't respond to you. So
Well,
we were stopped there.
Yeah, they didn't do it at first, but then not too long ago, they decided they were originally our program was going to be just in the country of Tanzania, but then they decided they wanted to open it up to everybody, and the response has been wonderful. So one of the things, yes.
What are we doing now? We are no more working on it, or is?
Well, what I've done is I'm actually creating a separate course, and I'm going to share it with you, Amenuveve, that would be targeting just Togo.
Okay.
But I need to get some input from you about different things that we can do to add to it.
So I want to be sure that we are still working on it.
Oh yeah, we are. But
Okay.
Can I tell you a little secret? Moving into this online environment has been very, very busy. And I don't know about for you guys, a little stressful.
Oh, yeah.
Very stressful.
But the good news is, Amenuveve, we are moving forward with it. And I've actually created a separate course, and I'll send you an invitation to the course because it's about public health. Mariam, I can send it to you too, so you can.
I would love.
I'd love. Because Mariam, where are you from originally?
I'm from Afghanistan.
That's what I thought.
Yes, I'm from Afghanistan. So I have a bachelor degree in agriculture, economic, and extension from Kabul University, the capital of Afghanistan.
Right.
And so I got married. I have 2 kids. Life stopped me for further education. I had a good plan that I will start. Then suddenly we changed our living area. So we moved from Kabul to here. And a lot of changes came in our life. It's all of these changes for me as an Afghan woman, kind of stopping me for applying quickly for my education. So it's been a while that I finished my bachelor degree and having kids and being a mommy and staying home.
Those
And then
things.
I say, when my kids start going to school, okay, I thought, okay, it's time for me now also. I have to
That's
start my school
great.
too.
Oh, that's wonderful. Yeah. Well, it would be interesting because maybe one of the things that we can think about is this program that we're creating and that Amenuveve and I are talking about
Mhm.
is I'm going to let Sri come in. Is, you know, maybe we can also make adaptations and we can open it up to folks from Afghanistan as well.
Wow, that would be so good.
Yeah, yeah, I think it could be very cool.
That would be good.
So let's see. Oh, Bradley.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi,
This
Chu.
is, I have to tell you, I've been nervous about this, but I'm very excited. This is very
Yeah.
cool.
Hi, Mariam.
How are you?
Good. And you?
Hello, hi.
Hello.
Hi. Can I how do I pronounce your name?
Chu.
Chu?
Yes.
Chu? Okay. Because I have a hard time with pronunciation.
Yeah.
So if I make a mistake, this goes for anybody, just let me know.
Okay.
Nicely, but let me know. Oh, okay. Well, and I see there's someone named Bradley coming in.
Hi.
Hi,
Hello.
Bradley, is that right?
Yes. The list is Jamin Chen.
Jamin, yeah, Jamin Chen.
Yes.
But do you want us to call you Jamin or do you want us to call you Bradley? What would you like?
Bradley, I think
Okay.
it's easier.
Well, yeah, you know, it's people like me, it's easier, but I'm happy to do whatever you want.
Okay.
Welcome, Bradley.
Thank you.
Hi, Zara.
Hello,
How are you?
I'm good. What about you?
Good. Oh my goodness, it's almost 9 o'clock. Let me see here. I want to give people a few minutes to try and get in. I don't know if you've noticed in our program, we have a strategy. We're suggesting for everyone to come into the Zoom sessions from 8:45 to 9 o'clock. So the hope that then people will actually be here at 9 o'clock when we start. But sometimes it's hard. Guys, I'm gonna have a little coffee.
Enjoy.
2 years ago, I went to Qatar. And so this is my coffee cup from Qatar in the Middle
Which
East.
country?
Yes, it's very nice. Oh, Christelle. Hi, Christelle. How are you?
Good, and you?
Good. Now, you know, something that's good is we can look at this and say, wow, at least I didn't have to get up early, get on a train, go downtown. So we try to look, you know, we have a phrase in English called, we look for the silver lining.
Look for the silver.
The dark clouds, and there's a silver lining to these dark clouds. And that can be one of them, I guess. Let's see, here comes Anne. Zara's here, Bradley's here. Hi, Anne. Oh, she's still connecting. Mariam. Let me see here. There's 8 of us. That's Sarah. Anne. How are you, Anne?
Hi, how you doing?
Good. Thank you for your video.
Oh, you're welcome. I'm sorry, I totally forgot to send it to you.
Well, you know, it's between semesters. You're forgiven. Everyone deserves a break between their semesters. And there I was invading your email, asking you to do things. I had asked earlier if people had been able to get the book. Can you raise your hand if you've been able to get the book?
I get the electronic book.
The electronic book? That's okay. Yeah. Okay. I was also mentioning that I've put the first 2 units that we'll be looking at on iCollege. Hello. Is that Doris?
Yes, it's me.
Doris, you know your little name tag says Francis and Ogie.
Yes, because I use my computer for my kids' Zoom classes too.
So we know who they are now.
Yes.
Well, hi, Doris.
Hi, how are you?
Very good. It's very nice to see you.
Good to see you too.
Let me just see here. Okay. We're only missing a couple people. Mayamin, Mingjin.
Mayamin is coming.
Mayamin is coming?
Yeah.
Good. Claudia and Nathan, I think, and that's it. That's not so bad. One of the things that I wanted to mention is we're going to be doing these Zoom sessions from 9 to 11 o'clock on Tuesdays and Thursdays. It may be that some of those days we may go the full time, although some of you may have a class that starts at 11 o'clock. Not today though, I think, right?
Yeah.
Today you don't have a class, do you? Or
yeah, we don't.
Today you do. What about on Thursday? You also have a class?
Today we don't have a class.
Good.
But Thursday we have.
Okay. Because I love to, we have a lot of things that we need to talk about and work on. So if I start going too long, you can give me the universal symbol for John, this is going on too long. You go like this. Okay. And then I will quietly wrap up. But some days we may not go until 11 o'clock. And actually, I was talking with my friend Deborah Snell. Some of you may know Deborah.
Yeah.
And she was suggesting that we try to end a little bit earlier so that people that have an 11 o'clock meeting can move right to that. So I will try to end it a few minutes before 11 o'clock for you. Okay? Oh, Mayamin. Here she comes. I think I may be able to set this up so that people can just come in and I don't have to admit them. And oh, my favorite student, iPhone.
I think it's Nathan.
Nathan?
Yeah.
Hi, John.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good, and you?
Very good, thank you. It's good to see you.
Thank you. It's good to see you too.
Yeah. Well, guys, and Mayamin, are you there?
Yes.
Oh, hello. How are you, Mayamin?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. One of the things that I wanted to talk about a little bit later was the use of video when you're in these calls. So we can talk about that. You know, obviously for me as a teacher, it's nice to be able to see everybody's faces. So I hope that you can, Mayamin, but also we also have to be, you know, sometimes we may need a little privacy, and that works sometimes too. But I do think it's nice if it's possible. Okay.
Give me 1 minute.
Yeah, no, it's okay. So, hello everybody.
Hello.
This morning, I want to introduce you to a few things in our course. I'm also going to ask you to write something for me, and maybe even take a little quiz, because you'll discover I love quizzes. I love to give you things that help you think. And let me see if I'm going to get started here. Okay, first thing I would like to do is introduce myself. My name is John Bunting. I have been a teacher here at Georgia State University for almost 20 years, and I love it. And I've been teaching writing, advanced level academic writing, for more than 20 years, because I actually taught when I used to live in the country of Venezuela, and that's where I started teaching. And I worked with lawyers in Venezuela and then with other folks. So this is my first attempt at doing an IEP class online. So I appreciate your patience with me. I have taught other classes online. I actually do classes for teachers of English, and I've taught them online. And as a few of us were talking about a little bit earlier, I also have been working on English communication for health professionals, where we have students all over Africa doing a course with us, an online course. It's through the U.S. Department of State, and it's a wonderful program. So I have some experience online, but this particular kind of online course, this is a new adventure for me, and I'm very excited because I think with this technology, we actually are going to be, there are benefits to this that we can use to our advantage. I am going to, oh, hello, Mayameen. I'm going to, I guess before I get started, I just want you guys to say hello, introduce yourself. Oh, you know what I want to do? Do me a favor. I've just, in the chat room, just let me know the name that you would like all of us to call you here in this class. For example, can everyone see my chat room thing that I just put in? You can call me John. Some people call me Dr. Bunting or you, but John is what I prefer. So if you can just type in the name that you would like us to use for this class. Anne, Beatrice, Doris, Christelle, Chu, Mayameen. Zara, Amenuveve, Nathan, Bradley. Nice, nice, nice. Mariam. Mariam, is that how I say it? Am I doing it right? Mariam? Yeah, okay, good. Okay, so I guess what I would like you to do is we're going to go around, and what I'll do is I can't point to you because you won't know who I'm pointing to, but I will say your name. I'm just going to ask you to say where you're from and what your interests are for what you want to study, what it is. You know, we're all doing this academic class, academic writing class. So what area do you want to study? And I'm going to start with my friend Beatrice. Hi, Beatrice.
Hello, everybody. Well, my name is Beatrice, and I am from Venezuela. I have been here for 10 years, and my interest is to be better at writing in a sharp and more accurate way, like trying to make better my grammar skills and also the structures of my sentences.
Nice. Thank you. And did you say you're studying law?
Oh, yeah. I am doing the LLM right now.
Which is very cool. How about you, Ameneveve?
I'm Amenuveve. I'm coming from Togo, a country in West Africa. I would like to improve my English, writing and speaking, and so that I can go for my public health studies.
Great, thank you. Mariam, what about you? And you got to unmute.
Thank you telling me. Hello guys, my name is Mariam. I'm from Afghanistan. I have 2 kids. I have been in Atlanta 3.5 years. I want to learn English because I want to go further, do my education in America. Before I was in Afghanistan, I never think I will be doing my academics, since in Afghanistan we are doing in Farsi and Pashto, our own languages. So English is a side language. So I never have a chance to study in English. And I never thinking like that. It's like kind of maybe, I don't know how should I say it, but like English was not a part of my life very much. So these classes are my first ever English classes. So I personally improved my language. The first semester was a little bit new for me, new environment, new place. And then again, this semester, everything became new. So adjusting this everything new is a little bit hard, but I'm so happy to be with all of you guys.
Great, thank you. Chu, what about you? And don't forget to unmute. Chu? Hi. Chu?
Oh, yes.
So tell us just where you're from, what you want to study.
Okay. I came from China. In this class, I want to improve my English skill, and then I want to go to the university.
Nice. For an undergraduate degree, right?
Yes.
Nice. Okay, we're going to get you there. Good. Bradley, what about you?
Hi, my name is Bradley. I'm come from China. And in this class, I want to improve my American writing style because I want to go to the master before the IEP.
What kind of master's degree? Do you know what field?
Maybe computer science, something like that.
Nice, very nice. You know, and I want to mention something, what Bradley pointed out, I think is really very critical. It's not just learning about grammar, but also about the style that people write in here. So that, and one of my goals for all of you is that we don't want people to be thinking about you as a writer or as a speaker of English as a second language. We just want them to think about your ideas so that you, in a sense, as a writer, you become invisible and all they see are your brilliant ideas. Zara, what about you?
Hello, my name is Zara. I'm from Saudi Arabia. I want to improve my English to complete my bachelor degree, which is nursing.
Nice, nursing. I work a lot with people in our nursing school. So maybe I can put you in touch with some folks there So, because part of what we want to do at this level is it's not just about just general academic writing. I want you guys to take control and start working on how do I create more opportunities to learn about the language that's being used in that area that I want to study. So it's great to have you here, Zara. What about you, Christelle? Hello.
Yeah. Okay, my name is Christelle Masumbu. I'm from Democratic Republic of Congo.
All right.
And I want to acquire all the skills required in English to address efficiently a master program in public health.
Nice. Another public health. That's great. Wonderful, wonderful, Christelle. Christelle, by any chance, so you are going to study public health. You're from Congo. Do you already have any degrees?
I'm a physician.
Yeah, because I was going to say, my back is hurting me. Can you? I'm just kidding. Oh, it's great to have you here, Christelle. What about you, Anne? Hi, Anne.
Hi. So my name is Anne. I'm from Republic of Congo, not the same Congo than Christelle, the other Congo.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And I want to learn, I want to improve, of course, my writing. I want, for this semester, I want, as I tell you, John, I want to use my creativity, write about interesting topics. And I came here to improve my skills in English, to continue my studies. I already have a bachelor degree, so I will do a master in international business.
International business, wonderful. Oh, that's very cool. Great, thanks, Anne. Doris, and forgive me if I start calling you Francis and Ogie, but Doris.
I'm sorry. I can change the.
No, it's okay. We know it's you, Doris. It's okay.
Every single day for my kids. So hi guys, my name is Doris. I'm from Colombia. As you know, I have two kids, 4 and 5 years old. I've been here for about 6 years, and then I work here in the school system, and I want to pursue a master's degree in education. So I already applied for the master's in at Georgia State University. So I'm waiting for the answer.
Great, and so that's in the College of Education, right?
Yes.
Okay.
And of course, I need to improve my grammar and writing skills. I have to write a lot, and it's hard for me because in Spanish we write in a different way. It's kind of we write with more words, and then here is straightforward, and it's very different.
You know, Doris, I'm so glad you bring that up, because this is true for all of us, that, you know, we have writing styles that are different, and in different cultures, you have different styles of writing. Sometimes the way that is preferred here in the United States may feel too direct, because instead of sort of building a beautiful picture, it's like people just want to say, I need to go from A to B and that's it. Don't tell me anything else. So it's hard because it doesn't, sometimes it will feel like the writing that people expect here is not the same as the way you think good writing should be from another perspective. And that's a real challenge.
Yeah, that's really different. Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Doris. Nathan, what about you, Nathan?
Hi guys, my name is Nathan. I'm from Congo, Republic of Congo. After finishing the IP, I want to study computer science. I need to get a bachelor degree.
All right, nice, very nice. And it's good to have you here.
Thank you.
All right, I'm Mayamin.
Hi guys, I'm Mayamin. I'm from Saudi Arabia. I have 1 kid, and I want to improve my writing and learn more about academic work and how to use it. I want, after I finish IEP, go to the GSU for the major interior design.
Interior design. Beautiful, beautiful. That's good. It's so good to see you again. It's been a while, so I'm glad to see you. Good. Wait a minute. Okay, who's? You know, it's interesting. I have everybody in a list, but then things moved around here. So wait a minute. And we've got, who is on just the iPhone? Who's?
Nathan.
It's me, Nathan.
Oh, Nate. Okay, because you disappeared.
Really?
And what about Claudia? Well, your video disappeared.
Yes, okay.
There's
So,
Claudia. Hi, Claudia.
I am fine, thank you.
We were just, it's good to have you here. We were just checking, what is it? First, maybe where you're or your first language
Yes,
background,
yeah.
and what you want to be doing when you get out of this with your
Yes.
great writing.
Yes, I'm from Brazil, and I have one daughter, and I've been living here in the United States for 5 years. And I'm the purpose of this course that I'm doing is because I want to do a degree, but I don't know yet which one.
Okay.
So first, let's step by step.
Yeah,
Let's finish
exactly.
this one, you know, this course, and then I'm gonna see what I'm gonna do in the next fall, you know, the fall or next semester.
Well, and what's nice too is there are a lot of people here you can talk to about
Yes.
different ideas for majors. I mean, it's interesting. Georgia State on the undergraduate level, I think, has over 250
Yes.
majors.
That's right. So I have some ideas, but I still don't know yet. So
Yeah. Well, that's also something you can explore over the summer, and it's great to
Yeah.
have you here.
no, thank you so much.
Guys, did I get everybody? Am I missing anyone? Because I have to tell you, I'm new to this, the video thing. So I was going in order in my little screen here. And then all of a sudden all the pictures moved around, but I think I got everybody right. But we're also trying to get Minjing in. Did you guys use a password to get in here?
Yes.
And do you remember what that password?
No password.
Yes.
Yes, I have
the password. What I'll do is for next time, I'm going to remove the password. I think I can do that, but I'm hoping I'm still getting a little bit familiar here. Let me just see. I'm just going to see.
I know the password.
Do you know the password?
Yes. You sent it in the previous video. So the password is
0650.
0650. Okay. So, Chu, do you see that? Can you share that with her?
Yes, but she tried and he can't join in too.
Oh, that's not good. All right. Well, I'll figure that out in a minute. But first, what I want to do is, Claudia, I'm going to jump over. I'm going to try to show you guys a short PowerPoint where I'm going to talk about some things about our class. Okay. So settle down, settle in, relax, sip a coffee. And here we go. Let me see if I can get this going. Okay. Just 1 second. Are you seeing something that looks like a very handsome picture of me?
Yeah.
Yeah? Oh, that's good. Can you see, do you see a blue screen that says IEP 0650?
No.
No? All right, let me see what I can do here. Just 1 second. Oh, I know why. I forgot to share it. Now can you see it?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I had everything ready, but I forgot to hit that final button. Sorry about that. Okay, so I'm just going to go over a couple things about the course. as I'm going through it, if you guys have questions, you can either jot them down to ask a little later, or you can jump in for a second if you want. So today we're going to be working.
I have a question, teacher. May I have a question?
Yes.
You said earlier we might have a quiz today.
Yes,
the quiz is going to be about the book?
No.
Oh, just a quiz, simple quiz.
Yeah, it's a little bit different.
In general.
The quiz is about the book, but not today.
No. Okay.
Okay. All right. So one of the things I wanted to mention to you is we are going to be using iCollege. Some of you may be familiar with iCollege. I don't know. Doris, have you been able to access iCollege at all, Doris?
Yes, I did. I've been using that since I registered the classes.
Okay, great. So one of the things I recommend, if you haven't done it, is you go into the courses and you do something called pinning the course, and that way it will always show up on your screen when you open. So there's that little blue box, and you can just click on the pin button so that you have it pinned. Okay? What I will do is, in this course, I will put everything in iCollege. Either it will be a link or it will be a file, so that you can access everything through iCollege. And if something is confusing to you in iCollege, please feel free to email me or contact me, and we can straighten it out. I'm going to try to make it very clear in iCollege, but sometimes what I see as clear may not be clear to someone else, I have learned. Okay, so as I mentioned, and some of you already have, we're going to be using this book, Grammar and Beyond Essentials. And I gave you information on how to buy either the hard copy or an e-version of the book. The e-version is actually pretty nice. I love hard copy myself because I like paper. I'm old school, but either one will work. There's also, at the beginning of the book, there's a little code that you can use for extra online materials if you want. In this course, we're actually going to be focusing primarily on units 11 through 20. So the first half of the book is, it's wonderful, useful information, but we won't have time to look through that in detail in the course. I am providing for you all of the information, like all the audio files and everything for the entire book, but we're going to be focusing on the second half. In our syllabus, we have some important dates, and one of the things I want to point out is that we have the Intercultural Conversation Exchange, or ICE, and it's going to be on Wednesdays at 2 o'clock. One of the issues that I encountered was I set up my office hours from 2 to 3 o'clock, and then I realized that would be competing with ICE. So I've moved my office hours to 3 to 4 p.m. rather than 2 to 3, because I want people to try and participate in this if you can. My philosophy is that the more you get to practice English in whatever setting, the better it is for you. And also it's a lot of fun. It also builds community. We're living in a stressful time right now. So I think the more that we can engage with each other and help us stay balanced, it's better. And so all that kind of communication, I think, is very positive. All of this information is on the syllabus online. There are a couple of holidays. It's kind of surreal in the online world to have holidays, but you should try to celebrate those if you can. The only thing that it really would impact is on July 3rd, which is a Friday, I will have no office hour because I will be celebrating or sleeping, one of the two. And then the last thing is final exams traditionally have been the last 4 days of our semester. Typically, we do not allow early final exams, The good news about being online is you can do them from wherever, maybe not on a plane, but other than that, you can do them. And I will give you a window of time for that exam. So this is how I'm anticipating our class to work. And I'm always happy to get feedback from you about things you think are either working or not working. We're going to meet in Zoom Tuesdays and Thursdays, 9 to 11, just like we're doing now. I want you to realize that that doesn't mean you're going to have to listen to me for 2 hours straight. Sometimes I will ask you to either go off individually and write something or read something and then talk with folks. I may put you in small groups. That will be part of what will be going on in those Zoom sessions. We also, there's something I like to call netiquette, online etiquette. And part of that is, as best that you can, try to be prepared for every session. So try to make sure you have been able to look at the things and complete the activities beforehand. I recommend logging in 5 to 10 minutes before the session starts. So that way, if you have any problems, you can contact me and we can get you in before we start. Again, a recommendation is to keep your video on during the discussions. You know, if there's some moments where you have to turn it off, that's not the end of the world, but it's good during the discussions to have those on. It also helps me feel that sense of, I'm not just here sitting in a room. Some of my colleagues, the other instructors, have said to remind everyone to dress appropriately. So make sure you have a nice shirt or something. If there's a lot of noise in the background, and I see a lot of you are already doing this, you can mute your microphone when you're not talking. I already had to go up and talk to my sons about turning some music down. And certainly, we should all try to engage with each other respectfully. And if at all possible, try to plan to attend for the entire session. I was mentioning earlier before the class started to a couple folks that I will have a recording of these. So if for some reason you need to access it, you can. Okay. Oh, I'm so happy. Yes. Good. All right. Let's see if this is now going to work. Hi. We're going to have weekly quizzes. Nathan, quizzes. I love them. Today, I'm going to ask you to do a quiz that's in class because I want you just to be able to walk through the process and not have any problem with it. However, most of the quizzes that I will give you are not going to be due like just at this exact moment. I'm going to give you until Sunday night at 11:30 p.m. to complete the assignments for each week. The way I've set up the quizzes is you can take them more than once, and I will count your highest score. So you can take it, if you don't like it or if you didn't understand something, you can take it again. And you can do that as often as you want. My philosophy is that the more you expose yourself to this language and the more you practice it, the stronger your language skills become, especially when you have to pull things out quickly. You can ask me questions during my office hour or by email if you have any questions about the quizzes. It's also fine to talk to each other about the quizzes. You can even do them together if you want. Talk about them and come up with an answer. All of that is good practice. The quizzes are going to be about grammar and writing points that we study. In addition, I'm asking you guys to interact online in a weekly discussion board in iCollege. The discussion board is a way for you to be writing about different topics in what I hope will be an academic style. And the idea is that you present your ideas and you interact and engage with the ideas of other students. So it's just another way for you to practice. It also allows me to see your writing skills in that kind of environment where you have to write, relatively quickly. When I talk about discussions, it doesn't mean you have to do it like everyone has to be online at the same time. It's not a chat room. So you can write something and then somebody else can respond to it the next day, and you can go back and forth like that. One thing I really think is important for us to do are these things called timed writings. Those of you who have already taken the structure composition classes are probably familiar with it. I'm going to ask you to do 4 of these during this semester. And in that time, I will give you a limited time to write something about a specific topic. In general, I'll give you some information beforehand, but not all the information, because my goal here is for you to work under pressure, so that you're able to write effectively within a time-constrained period that will help you develop that very unique and important skill. The way I will set up the grading on the timed writings is that there are 4 of them, but I will only take your top 3 grades. So that means if you did brilliantly on the first 3, you can either do the 4th one or you can decide, nah, I don't want to do it. And I'll drop your lowest grade. So, absences. What does that mean? Well, in an online class like this, we don't have to worry about absences too much. Although I will say, the more that people can participate in these kinds of interactions that we're doing right now, the better it is for you as a learner. And it's better for us as a group, because you start to build relationships, you engage with each other. So I really encourage everybody, in order to get the most advantage out of this, to be here for these Zoom sessions. We're going to have 2 complete essays that you'll be writing. And so you're going to have a rough draft and a final draft of your first essay due in the first half of the semester, and then a rough draft and a final draft of a second essay in the second half of the semester. As I already mentioned, we have the time writing and the quizzes. Homework and discussions are also part of your grade. Typically, the deadlines for all of these assignments and homework will be Sunday night before midnight. However, sometimes I may ask you to do things, for example, today on a Tuesday, I may ask you to do something that I want you to complete by Wednesday night, so that you'll be ready for Thursday morning session. What happens if you miss work? If you miss some of the assignments? Try to make them up. If life gets too crazy and you have to miss something, it's not the end of the world. Don't sweat it. But you do want to try and do as much as you can, because everything that I put in here because I believe it is going to make you a better writer. If you end up having work that's late, let me know, and we can try and work something out. Sometimes I can give you partial credit. Sometimes I give you no credit. But you know what? What's really important is doing the work, because I mean, I want you to be a better writer. So I want you to take full advantage of this. And if that means you've missed a deadline, I still think you should try to complete the work, because I think that's going to be beneficial for you. Okay? So I'm now going to ask you guys to go into little breakout rooms to talk about a couple things, some topics related to online etiquette. I want you to support your opinions and reasons and with examples. Okay, and we're going to do this for, like, say, about 10-15 minutes. All right, so let's see if I can pop up. Here are the discussion topics. So during Zoom sessions, some of you may have noticed I drank from my coffee cup earlier. So you may want to talk about, well, what is it? Is it okay to be drinking a coffee during this session? What if John decides to bring a full breakfast? What about that? Also, you can talk about, how is it if I have a question, how should I ask? I know Chu already actually used the private chat room with me to great effect, so thank you, Chu. You can also talk about if there are technical issues. If you're multitasking, now I know nobody in this group right now is looking at any other websites or any phones or anything outside of this class, right? No multitasking. What about leaving the Zoom session during class time? What about participating during class activities? Cheating. What about cheating? During tests, copying from the internet, other students. These are all things that you guys can talk about. Also, another issue that I think is something useful to talk about is time management. And especially in this online environment, how do you keep up with assignments? How do you balance your time studying, your time working, and your time for your personal life and your relationships? And then there are other general issues like building friendships, handling stress, staying healthy, and any other topics you want to come up with. So I'm going to jump away from this for a second so I can pop you guys into these discussion rooms. Hold on, let me see what I can do. Hi. I can see you all again. So let me see, where's my breakout rooms? 1, 2, 3, 4, okay. Let me see. I'm just gonna move you guys into these rooms. Let's see how it works.
I have a question.
Yes.
Do we have to choose one topic from the topics that you wrote or any topics?
That's an excellent question, Zara. And those are suggested topics that you guys can talk about. But also notice at the very bottom, I said, what are the other questions you might have? Because there may be things that you guys think about that I don't. So yeah, you can choose another one. That's an excellent question. And so let's see here. Let's see if this happens. Okay. All right, so I'm gonna, let me see here. You guys, I appreciate your patience as I try to make sure this is all good. I think I figured it out. Okay, so you're gonna go over into breakout rooms for about 10 minutes. I want you to talk to each other, say hi, talk about those topics. I'll see if I can't put my thing back up on the screen. Okay, any other questions before we break away? Okay.
Origin, which is Venezuela.
Okay.
Hello. So yes, I am taking this class to improve my writing and all the techniques in making better and more accurate essays. And at this point, I am also making the master's in law. It's called LLM.
Okay.
Well, not
Yes.
You're right. You're right. For the food.
Hi, teacher.
Hi.
Hi, guys. I'm just
Hi,
checking to
Tom.
make sure it's all working. I'll leave you.
Yes.
Nice to
Okay.
meet you. Bye.
I memorized some questions. That's
You memorized it? Okay, so
yes.
I'm in Zoom.
Just saying hi. Bye.
Okay, hi.
For the sound, sometimes we can mute and eat whatever we want, or even hide the camera.
I don't like any people.
I mean, if we want to eat something that's not means respectful, we can um, take off the camera.
I just wanted to come in and say hi. Bye.
Hi.
Thank you, Zara, for this good idea. That's so nice. So they are now in the breakout rooms. Just a couple minutes, guys. You should make sure you open up the iCollege and find that location to upload your diagnostic. You're going to have to copy and paste it into the quiz setting. Okay, guys, I think we're done. Thank you all very much. Thank you. Thank you. Isn't it fun to have all that pressure? All right, so I'm going to ask you all to come back in, turn back on your videos, say hello, take a breath. It's all good. It's all good. This is going to help me. I get to see what your writing looks like, so there's no pressure. One of the things I do want to remind you of, again, this is a safe area. This is where I want you to take chances in your writing, because this is the best place for it, because then you can see what works, what doesn't work, and then how to make things stronger, okay?
I have a question, I'm sorry.
Yes.
So in the beginning, for me to figure out what I should supposed to do, so I lost a lot of my time. I was not able to write a lot, but I did try to write at least some sentences.
That's good.
So yeah.
Yeah, that's okay. Yeah, and I mean, notice I gave you a lot of flexibility. It was like you could write one sentence, you could write one paragraph, 5 paragraphs. It's okay. I understand too, this is also, you know, we're just getting started, so I appreciate your letting me know, but don't you worry.
Okay, thank you.
It'll be good. And I'm gonna get to see a lot more of your writing.
Yeah.
And you're gonna get to see a lot of my feedback on your writing.
Thank you. Thank you.
Suggestions. Okay, so folks, I think I want to share a little something with you that is very dear to me. I love grammar. So I'm going to try my best to, I'm just going to give you a quick little thing about grammar. Let's see, there it is. Do you guys see a screen now that says Grammar and Beyond 4, Unit 10 demonstratives?
Yeah.
Yes.
Good, good. Okay, what I want to do here is, and I'm not going to be doing this in every unit. We have about 10 units we'll be working on. And I'm not going to always do this during this time where we're live. Today I want to do it, but I also want to let you know there's a recording of this. And also, for some units, I may not do this, but I will have recordings for those if you want to go in and look at them. Or if you want to come and talk to me during my office hour and talk about any of these specific things. One of the things that's really important is to be a good writer, you have to understand grammar. Even though many of us don't like grammar, you still have to understand it in order to be a good writer. So we're going to talk just a minute about something called demonstratives. Does anyone know what a demonstrative is?
Yeah.
I love grammar terms. Well, we're going to look at what demonstratives are. Now, in your real life, outside of this writing class, you don't have to know what the terms are in grammar. However, you do need to understand how it all works. And that's why for us, I'll be introducing you to these topics. Once you figure them out and you get them, you can forget them again. But I'm going to use them as a way to describe the process that's going on. It's kind of like a mechanic opening up the hood of your car and looking inside at the engine. They need to know how it all works. But once you close it and you start driving, you don't have to worry. So demonstratives are critical for effective academic writing. Let me see if I can get this thing to work. It's trying to be dramatic. There it is. Okay, so demonstratives are the following words: this, that, these, and those. And we use it to help connect ideas and give your writing coherence. So in my neighborhood, there are people from all over the world. Most of these people have good jobs. That word these connects the ideas in those two sentences very, very clearly. And when you use these correctly, they are absolutely clear and they help you show your organization of ideas. The articles about recent immigration, that topic always generates interesting conversation. And again, that is connecting the ideas in those two sentences. We often use these demonstratives, this, that, these, and those, to show physical distance or time distance. This and these will typically refer to things that are closer in either time or distance to what you're writing about. This unit's about immigration. Actually, Unit 10 is about immigration. Let's look at the first page. That and those will refer to things, instead of things that are close, things that are farther away. I remember those days when I'd been in this new country for only 3 weeks and didn't speak any English. So that one's more distance of time rather than place. We use them to connect ideas that are close to each other. That makes your text what we call cohesive. Remember how I said in the US, in academic writing especially, people like to have what I like to call linear progression in your writing. So this leads to this, leads to this, leads to this. We don't have a whole lot of digressions. We have things kind of in that straight line. So for example, you can say immigrants came from all over Europe. Most of these immigrants opted for farming. Now, when we have most of these immigrants, it's an easy way to say the people that are from all over Europe. The flood of immigrants occurred between the 1890s and the beginning of the 20th century. During that period, and again, this is a way to connect the ideas between, first you're giving that time information, and then you're going to talk about the number of immigrants. Okay. And, okay, all right. Let's see what I can do here. So you can notice in that first section, we talked about it as these immigrants and that period. So it's acting kind of like an adjective or an article. But we can also use it like a noun, and they're called pronouns there, kind of. So climate change affects everyone. Indeed, this is the most important environmental of our time. This is referring to, we hope, climate change. What's interesting is we also use the word it for the same reason, in the same structure rather. Climate change affects everyone. Indeed, it is the most important environmental issue of our time. This particular, especially when you're using it as pronouns, you have to be careful that you don't make it ambiguous or unclear. And then we also use it to summarize other ideas. Economic disparity is widespread and increasing. So notice that's a whole complex idea. This is an especially significant problem. Your reader understands that you've described this economic disparity being widespread and increasing, and that is the significant problem, okay? You're not referring just to the disparity, but to the fact that this whole event is happening. One of the things that I want us to look at carefully during this course, and for you guys, it will go on throughout your academic career and beyond, is understanding the words that go together. And you know, we talked briefly at the beginning of class about the academic word list and academic vocabulary. We want to notice the kinds of words that are being used most commonly. And that's because when we do that and we're able to use those words effectively, you're kind of joining that, you're joining a community of academics by using those effectively. Something that you have to be very careful about are using words like things. Like, there's a lot of these things. Things is a very, some people would say kind of a lazy word, or stuff, you know, because you're not actually identifying what's going on. So you want, for here, when we have these demonstratives, it's very common in academic writing to use approach, aspect, development, experience, factor, reason, phenomenon, and topic. These are common words. You may also find in your specific field that there are other words that are very common. So you want to start noticing those and then using them if it's appropriate. Now, you also can sometimes use these things to help show your opinion about something. And again, this is more of a vocabulary issue. Controversial argument, indisputable fact. Some people believe immigration leads to increases in crime. This controversial argument has been challenged by many. So notice here, the writer is not only connecting, they're saying immigration leading to increases in crime, is an argument, but the writer is saying, wait, not everyone agrees with this. This is controversial. So you can use this in combination to show your analysis of a text, of a concept. Millions of people have immigrated to the United States. This undisputed fact constitutes one of the central elements in the country's development. Again, that addition between this and fact of undisputed allows you as a writer to share your perspective. No one's challenging this idea, okay? And that is that. Now, all that information that was in there is also in your book. One of the things that I find useful is to talk about those things as a way to help you identify the things that you already understand and maybe things that you don't. A lot of times we understand the form, but we don't always understand the purpose of grammatical features. So one of the things that I want you guys to do is to think about how you use this and why you use it, in addition to being able to know, to be able to make the construction. You want to make it correctly, but you also want to use it wisely. Any questions?
I have one question.
Yes.
While I was reading this demonstratives, I figured out that you also said that using these is for near things and places, and those is for far. But when I read, I found that, okay, I understand, but it doesn't make sense to me that in one sentence that you said that these immigrants, okay, I will try to find this question. It doesn't make sense to me because I thought for this sentence, those is correct. But in the book, they say, so how should I distinguish between the sensitive, between these and those?
That's a great question. And really, remember we talked about it can be in location as well as in time, right? Mm-hmm. But one of the other aspects of that, it can actually be location within your text. Okay. So for example, it may have been in that particular text, and I think it is the case actually in that reading in Unit 10, they talk about different waves of immigration. So there were some that were in the 17th century. Yes. And then they're talking about a newer wave of immigrants. So in relationship to the broader text, then you would use these because you're talking about the ones you just wrote about. Okay. So you're right that there is some flexibility there. As a writer, you want to choose, do you want to show that you're bringing it closer, or do you want to show that it's a little bit farther away? So it's a very good point that you bring up, Miriam, because it's not that and you guys will become frustrated with me, I guarantee, because sometimes the rules in grammar in English, we would love for them to be very clear. This is yes, this is no. But part of it is about sometimes there are choices the writer can make. And sometimes it depends on what we call the register. So what is it? Are you writing for a formal academic audience? Are you writing a legal document? Are you writing a text to a friend? So there are times, and I'm glad you bring that up because those are things that are good to notice. Because you can say, well, for this rule, it seems like it's not doing it. And what it is there might be another rule, or sometimes vocabulary will determine that there's an exception to it. And I apologize, because it would be great if it was just one simple rule that always works.
Thank you.
But it's a great question. Hold on just one second. I know we're getting close to the end here. Oh, this is what I want to do. I'm going to give you guys a little homework. In your iCollege, there is an announcement for today's Zoom session. And at the bottom of that, there's a document called writing class vocabulary. It's also in the content for week 1. And I'm going to pull up, I'm just going to see if I can't find it here. Do I have it here? I think I do. Let me find it for us. What have I done? Did I close this out? No. Okay. Let me find it for you. I know I brought it up. Okay. Yeah. So I'm going to just pull this up for you. Okay. Can you see a screen here?
Yes.
Now, I was going to make you guys work on this together, but I want to let you cut out of here a couple minutes before 11 o'clock. So what I'm going to ask you to do is take a look at these words and the definitions that are below them. They're in a document in iCollege for you. And try to determine these words, what they mean. This is actually came from me from a friend of mine named Deborah Snell. And it's some of the terms that we're going to be using when we talk about our writing. And I want to make sure everyone feels comfortable with this. So I want you to take a look at it, figure out where everything goes. And then I want you to go online to our iCollege, and there is an online quiz that I want you to take for this vocabulary. Remember, for that quiz, you can take it as often as you want. There's no limits on how many times you take it. So if you take it and your score is 50%, you can take it again. And if your score is 70%, well, you can take it again until you get to wherever it is you want to finish. But it's just a way that I want everyone to be familiar with these words. When I talk about rough drafts or brainstorming or paraphrasing or formatting, I want all of us to be on the same page. Okay?
Yes.
And I think I may have some other homework for you. Because I don't want you guys to be bored. All right, so the homework I have for you is, let me see if I can't get here. How do I get out into this? Oh, I see, I can do everyone. All right, I've just put it in the chat room. The homework is, if you haven't bought the book, make sure you get it. Let me know if there's a delay. I have a electronic copy of chapter 10 and 11 if you need it for this week. I want you to complete that online quiz that I just talked to you about. I want you to read, there's an essay on immigration, which is what I was talking about, a very critical issue in my opinion. In Unit 10, it's on page 113 in your book. I want you to complete the exercises in Unit 10. Now, I want to tell you a little bit about how this is going to work for the exercises in the book, because there are a lot of exercises. I am giving you control over those exercises. So what I suggest you do is complete all the exercises in the book for that unit. But it's up to you. I'm not going to collect them. I'm not going to grade them. At the end of the week, or a couple days before the end of the week, I think like on Friday, the answer key will become available on iCollege. So then you can get the answer key and you can compare your answers to what's in the answer key. If you have everything right, then you can say, oh man, I'm doing great. Life is good. If you're finding you're missing something, you should come talk to me during my office hour, or you can also set up a tutoring session with a tutor. And I actually recommend doing that anyway. And I put all that information is in another announcement in iCollege. And then I would like you to please read, there's a short essay on job interviews on page 123 in Unit 11. And that's all that I want you to do before Thursday, tomorrow.
Hey, excuse me, I don't have the book yet. I'm waiting for the book. Yeah.
Me too.
Well,
me too.
Who's that? Who's that?
Me, Claudia, me too.
Me too. Me too.
Well, the good news is Unit 10 and Unit 11, I have in iCollege for you. So you can download that and you can use it. And it's in the announcement for today's Zoom session. And it's also, I think it's in one of the folders there. If you can't find it, let me know, but it's there in the announcement. Okay?
Okay.
And if for some reason you're having more delays that go into next week, let me know. Because I know right now, with our current situation, shipping is complicated.
Hmm.
Amazon's 2-day shipping is more like 2 weeks.
Yes.
So there it is. Are there any other questions or thoughts? Please note that you have opportunities to meet with me individually. I've sent in, I think in an email I sent you and also on iCollege, you can set up, you can actually go to what's called a doodle where you can, put time in if you want to meet with me for a specific time. Also, we can meet otherwise. If you're not able to meet during those times, let me know. We can also work by email. Hey, I wanted to ask you guys a quick question before I let you go. Do you want to have a WhatsApp group?
Yes.
This class?
Yes.
Because,
Yes.
so for example, for Menjing, when it was hard to get into the class, sometimes that kind of thing can be useful. 4046. Yeah. Okay, there's my phone number. I just put my phone number up. If you guys want to be part of a WhatsApp group, just type your phone number in there and I'll create the WhatsApp group. And that way, we can, if there's something going on. So for example, if a tree falls outside my house and I lose my internet, I can let you know that I can't get on my computer or something. Okay?
Okay.
But then promise me, no midnight texting. Please. Okay? And we'll try to keep it to a minimum. We won't go crazy with those because I'm on some groups where they go crazy. All right. Are there any other thoughts or questions before we break?
I have one question.
Yes, Beatrice.
In regards to the code for Cambridge classes, that you said either provide the code or go self, or like doing on my own. Is that I stop it because I want you to see the results of what I'm doing. So I was wondering if you have that code or not.
Let me check on that because I think I can get access to it. I think, but I need to check with the Cambridge people about that.
I see. Okay, then I'll wait for you.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Good. I'll
Thank
work on
you.
that. Anything else, guys?
Are you going to make the group? You are going to make the group, right?
I'll create
WhatsApp.
the WhatsApp
yes.
group. Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah. Now you guys may want to create another WhatsApp group without me in it so you can, say bad things about me. Don't say bad things about me in the one that I'm in, okay? But I'll create a group for our class. Does that sound good?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Anything else, folks? Please be safe.
So when my book didn't arrive, so I have to read online that that you posted on Unit 10 and Unit 11.
Exactly.
I have to read online.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. And then when the book gets here, you'll have that. Okay?
Okay, okay.
I have a question.
Yes.
Do we have to do the vocabulary quiz today, or can we tomorrow?
To be honest, I have it. It's going to be due for Monday or Sunday night, but I'd like you to try and do it before Thursday morning, if you can.
Oh, okay.
But if it gets pushed back, that's okay.
Okay.
That one is more just. I want you to be able to be familiar with that type of quiz, and just to review that vocabulary.
Yeah, I asked that question because in iCollege, it's due today on midnight.
It said today at midnight?
Yeah.
Oh my.
Really?
That was not nice of me. I'll fix that. But don't worry. Okay. Anything else, guys?
Thank you.
Be safe. I'll see you on Thursday morning. And email me or let me know if you have any other questions.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye, everybody.
Bye bye, everybody. Bye.
Think about grammar.
Yeah, bye.